Hey everyone, welcome to Motorcycology from wherever you're watching in the world. My name's Jonathan. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back and thanks again for returning. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a profile and start of this 1986 Honda Civic CRX HF model. So I've had this thing since around 2012. I've got a couple other CRXs which I'll briefly highlight in this video, but this one's kind of a unique. It's an ultra rare blue HF model, which means fuel economy model. So there's a whole bunch of interesting things built in it to make it lighter and use less fuel as you use it. It's got a few weird driving aids and stuff like that. So stick around, enjoy the video, and let's see if I can get this thing started. So this is a 1986 Honda CRX. And I'm just going to do a quick walk around, and then I'm going to do a clean up inside with the vacuum, and then I'm going to try and give it a start and take it around the block. So unlikely this car will ever actually go on the road again, but I think for those people that are interested in these type of cars, this is a good way of showing it off. It was a pretty cool car back in the day. This one needs some work if it's ever going to get back on the road again. Very common for these to lose air, easy replacement. Here's the cool interior from 1986. It's got a neat driving aid in it as well, which I'll try and highlight. But maybe if anyone is interested in parts, let me know and I can provide. So I'm going to give it a quick wash and a vacuum and then start it up and see how it goes. This is another Project CRX that I'm working on. It's not in bad shape. I've got most of the interior removed, and I'm working on some patches on the floor. Got half of it done, and I need to work on the other half. And my goal is to use the blue CRX kind of as a parts car if I need it. So my vacuum I stored in here. So yeah, maybe someday this will be back on the road again. Maybe I'll do a YouTube series on getting this thing restored. You can see in the corner there a lot of rusted floor pan that needs to be replaced. It's doable. I've done it. I did it last year, so it's all good. The rest of the car is in pretty decent shape. It's a little bit dusty, but let's grab the vacuum and vacuum out the blue one. Quick look on the inside before I vacuum. It's looking not too bad. It's too bad the body is in such rough shape. Okay, now I'm going to do a quick exterior wash of this and then try and start her up. All right, gonna pop the hood, which is right down here. The lever. Bring you guys over to this side here. Okay, here's this sweet little engine bay here. The HF designation stands for high fuel economy. It's an inline 4-cylinder 1.5 liter single overhead cam with 8 valves, and very unique to this particular type of HF designation CRX. This CRX was the lightest type of CRX that you could buy at the time, weighing about 1,713 pounds. I've not looked in here for a while. Let's see what we got. Oh, it looks okay. It looks pretty clean in there still. I like all these old vintage type of things. Underneath there is a little carburetor. I don't think I'm going to take the rest of this off. And the battery is going to go here, and I'll try and get it started. I'm going to check for radiator fluid in here. Find some fluid and top it up. Pretty good. There we go. Putting the battery in, but before I start it, I'm going to put some air in the tires. Just for information, these wheels are made out of magnesium, so they don't rust. They're extremely light, and they were part of the HF package for this Honda. So let's get this wheel up and going. I'm going to connect the positive on here. So for those who don't remember or don't know, this is what a Honda CRX first generation dash looks like. It's pretty cool. Vintage. So I'll just turn it on. I'm not going to crank it right now, but you can see the lights come on here. Here's the 5-speed. So you've got 1 up, 2, 3, 4, 5, and reverse. Gas and clutch pedals. I've got new pads for the clutch if I decide that I'm going to bring this thing back to life. All this is electronic, basically works. And you've got your AC option there too, which is good. So go set this up on the engine part and see if we can get it going from there. Oh yeah, from a driving point of view, there's your back part of the CRX. Now this headliner is in super rough shape. My other headliner on the other car is perfect. But I do know how to repair these headliners, so it's not really a big deal. Sweet little 2-seater. Yep, and I'm just about as old as this car too. Let's see if we have any luck here. I'm going to try to put a little bit of gas into the carburetor. Open the choke valve here. There we go. See if that helps. Okay, you should be able to see better there. There's a little hole in this mesh here, and I just push down the choke valve and I pour a little bit of gas in there. Let's give it another shot. See the belt down here? Do that one more time. Keeping my foot on the accelerator pedal very lightly seems to be doing the trick pretty good. I expect that once the engine warms up that it will fall into idle without a problem. But right now, not quite there yet. Give it another try. It's almost going here. It's really trying hard here to continue to run. I'm almost there. It's going to take a couple more tries to get this thing up and running and hitting a good idle speed, but it's going to happen, I can guarantee you that. Getting close. Getting close. Okay, let's give this a shot. Get to see all the dials work anyway. Sure, my wipers work too. Yep, the wipers work. This is my fan key for now. I actually have a new switch component in here. For now I kind of have a modified switch. Let's see if it works. Nice. AC. It's cool, but I wouldn't say that it's ice cool, but at least it works. Ah, I stole it. One more shot. So a little bit more history of this Honda CRX HF model. So this one does not have a choke. Most of them have a choke right in this area here. This one does not have a choke, unfortunately. It also has this weird driving aid, which is located right here. It's a yellow arrow that lights up every time you're supposed to shift gears. So if I get this thing going, I'll show you that. So it's part of this high efficiency concept that Honda was looking for back in 1986. When you're driving, you don't actually use that arrow, but I guess at the time it was something that they were interested in. So that's a few more things. The 1987 model also had a clock in this area here. So it was the first year of the first generations that had a clock in that particular position. And here's just a compartment for your glasses. Here's the glove compartment. So in the back here, you have this other lockable area as well, which you can use to lock up things if you want to. So the same key fits the ignition, the trunk or the hatch, and this area as well. The front glove compartment does not lock. Okay, let's give this one another try. So it's been over a year since I last started it, other than for today. So, you know, it's taking a while, but I think it's cool that you get to see all this stuff. Here we go. There we go. What else do we have on here? The horn. I don't know if the horn works. Nope. Headlights here. Rear defrost right there. That works. That's for the hatch. And the radio would normally go in here, but the current radio is out of here for now. And I'm putting that in my silver CRX, which you can kind of see under the window here. And I mentioned I'm still the original owner of a 1987 CRX that I bought brand new when I was pretty young, and that's still on the road. It's still drivable. It's just not where I am right now, but I hope to have it on my channel. It's in excellent shape. Hopefully I can put some pictures in this video so you can see that as well. Here's where the hazard lights are, right here. It's pretty cool. So it seems like it's kind of running. Let's hope that I can keep this going. I'll take you out for a spin around the block. The whole thing shakes like crazy. it's ready to stall. Starting to get some engine temperature in there, which is good. Let's see if we can get the high beam light on here. It's on there, it's very difficult to see it. Well, I decided to put in a few slides of the very first CRX that I bought. I bought this brand new. I'm the original owner. I've had it since 1987. It's still on the road. It's still working, and this last picture is of me on the very first day that I bought it in 1987. Well, here we are back again in the 1986. We're going to see if we can get it started and take it for a ride. Let's see if we can take this out for a spin around the neighborhood, if it starts. All right, it's even idling by itself, which is good. Let's reverse, see if it works. Not bad, not bad. Brakes are rough sounding. Hopefully you may be able to see this arrow that'll come up once we get to a certain speed. Yeah, so that little arrow tells you to go up to the next gear.
There was a goat on the roof.
Yeah, everything seems to be working great, even though I haven't really driven this thing for a long time. So it's handling good, it's driving fine, and it's making me think that there may be something of value to keeping this on the road and putting some time in and maybe restoring this thing in the future. Although I'm still not 100% convinced. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. There we go. I'll shift gears once I get going again. And that arrow goes off. This little car is driving great, considering that it hasn't really been driven too much over the years. So just give it a start, which probably took about total 45 minutes from the time I went out there to getting this thing up and running. And driving, everything is working perfectly. And I was really interested in getting this out on the highway and seeing how fast I could get it. But I just stuck to the neighborhood and just wanted to do a short demo ride so that you guys could see what this old classic Honda CRX looks like. And let's bring it home. And we'll turn it off. This little guy works so well today, I think I will come up and start it more often just to keep it going. So like I said, I'm not really too sure what the future is for it, but today gave me a little bit of hope that there may be a better future in it than just tearing it up for a parts car. I don't know, you guys let me know in the comments what you think I should do with this car, and I really appreciate that. Should I sell it? Should I take it for parts, or should I scrap it? Let me know. Hey everyone, I hope that you like this video of the starting of this 1986 Honda CRX HF edition. This car was originally from California. It's up here where I live now. I don't know what the future is for it. Maybe a parts car for one of my other CRXs. But right now it looks pretty good and it started really well. So hopefully the little tour of this 1986 CRX was a little bit of a reminiscent blast of the past for you older folks, and for you newer viewers, hopefully it was something that you found interesting, because you don't see too many of these things out on the road today. So I tried my best to give you a good idea of what it looks like. We got it started. I had no idea if I'd get it started at the beginning, and we took it around for a little bit of a drive around the neighborhood. Seemed to work well once it got started, and I'm pretty happy with it. A couple other things I wanted to show was the radio antenna slides down here. It actually goes all the way inside here, and that pops out like this. And we go around to the back window. This back window is curved, so it's a pretty unique piece of glass. One of the main reasons that this car could be a great car to part out. It's a hard piece of glass to find. And most of this car is metal, but they did use some plastic, and if you search hard you can get new fender replacements. They're not easy to get for the first gens, but as you can see, they do crack over time. And on the other side here, this one's in good shape. It's not cracked at all. Collection of CRX keys. You got these front glass light lenses, unique corner indicators. This is plastic. It's almost like a Bakelite material. I loosened this fender to show you what's behind it. So behind it, you basically have the metal front clip. But definitely on these older models, they end up cracking. And like I said, there is a place that you can purchase a new one for a couple $100.
You can also repair the fenders yourself. So on the inside of the fender, you can use layers of fiberglass, or if you want to, you can use carbon fiber as well, giving it some more strength. So these fenders are extremely difficult to find, so sometimes it's worth taking the time and using stuff like fiberglass or carbon fiber to repair it from the inside. And I've done that on a couple fenders before, and then just did body filler to fill the cracks on the top, and it's all worked out fine.
There, looks back to normal. There we go. One thing that I didn't show was the original hubcaps, which fit over these guys here, and you basically put this thing over the stud and the rest snaps in, and these little grooves fit behind each one of the lug nuts. So I'll show you. this lined up. There we go. There. That's how you put the hubcaps on. Try it on this one. Same idea. The last thing I wanted to show you was the original sales brochure from, in this case, it's the 1987 CRX, but it still has some good information in it. It says there's no other two-seater quite like the CRX. Fuel efficient, responsive, uncommonly good looking, which makes the CRX series 3 of the most exciting cars on the road by far. This is the SI. Some good stock photos there. Here's the one that's in my driveway. The one that I have. Looks pretty much exactly the same. It's the HF. And here's some of the details on that. Interior pictures, that's of the SI, and that is the dash, and you can see how it has a clock in there. Some of the options. Some of the wheel packaging. And on my red CRX that I got, that is the wheel packaging that I got. Those are the other original types that you see. And I haven't seen too many automatics. They all seem to be 5 speeds. Some of the specs. Hey everyone, that ends the video on this cool 1986 Honda CRX HF edition. The HF edition once again means fuel efficiency. It has the cool magnesium wheels. It also has a different type of engine without a choke, and it's supposed to be more fuel efficient. It also has that driving aid, which has that little yellow arrow that goes from when you're shifting from first into second gear, it'll prompt you to shift into second gear, which is kind of redundant. But anyway, those are some of the weird, quirky things that were built into this model. And I don't know what the future is with this thing, but it's likely going to be a parts car. Anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in. If you like this type of video, please hit the subscribe button, share it with a friend, and I really appreciate your support. Thanks so much, catch you all in the next one, which is coming very, very soon.